Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, we had a very interesting, weird episode this week with seeing the devil pretty much failing very hard, and then even after failing, he's kind of just like, whatever, I failed. It's not the end of the world. I can always just try again or whatever. And then for some odd reason, while he's failing, he then forgets who this person even is that he's trying to like fix. Or I think what happened there was the fact that he just lost interest in general. Um, Probably in that person after. I mean, you gotta imagine he heard the things she was saying, but she just wasn't. He wasn't actually reacting. He wasn't replying to it. So it was a weird situation in itself, but at the same time, I feel like this show itself is a pretty weird situation. Like everything that happens in the show is pretty weird. So this wasn't that far off from just being another weird off-putting episode as always, but with how these things were being taken from the ladies that he was choosing, seemingly all of the stuff he was taking from them was stuff that he believed belonged to the girl that he was trying to bring back to life. He's like, these belong to her and this belongs to her. So it's like her entity. Like, so for instance, the part that he kept and put into the cage would be like her heart, for instance, or like her mind, or like her consciousness. And then every other orb that we saw were all the orbs that we see at the end, where they're all just leaving the, to go to different people's bodies and stuff. But if you look at how many there are, that is a lot. And with that being said, somehow, some way, she can sense, or like whenever she gets brought back, she can tell that those parts aren't even hers, almost as if they're like probably telling her stuff, like, hey, we are not the person, like, we're not supposed to be here. But overall, I'm trying to figure out just what could be running through his mind after, having this experience now, and pretty much being rejected in the overall sense of, hey, this girl doesn't want to even be brought back, like you're bringing her back and she doesn't even want that. So it's been really interesting to watch overall, but to think that there's still so much more in this show, or like there's still a whole different thing that they can do now. And I think we finally saw like the most like scariest looking side of the guy who pretty much has been, coming off as if he's not anything to be, he's not the trouble, he's not the troublemaker, but, something else is the troublemaker. We kind of got to see just what it looks like if he were to kind of own up and show his true face. And my God, did that man look scary. He literally scared off Satan's dog, like Cerberus, and that is no feat. That's no small feat. Like, holy crap. Um, I mean, it's one thing to straight up. Oh, I think I might get hit by that. It's one thing to straight up like show up and just defeat it and stuff, but just by show talking and looking with the the extent or the intent to kill was pretty much enough at that point. So my God, was that hype. I was not expecting that to happen at all, or to him to even help at that situation. Just like how the main character said, like, I never ever expected to be saying thank you to you. So to think that I am going to do so is ridiculously crazy. So I honestly feel the same way as him. That guy is so uh I don't know how to explain it. He's just so elusive with his emotions and like how he actually feels and stuff. There's no way you would actually know how this Loki of this anime is. Like there's no possible way you can just be like, yep, he's gonna do this because he's just such a random character. I mean, even after I think it was like 2 episodes ago where he started where they got drunk, where the guy wanted just to drink and stuff, where we see him this week and he's still drinking with those monkeys. It's one of those things where you're just like, oh, literally, if he had the choice to, be good or not be good, he would just choose to do whatever the heck he wanted. Like it seems like there is no real way to stop this Loki guy. And not only is that the case, he comes and goes at any time in down under, so there's so many different things that they're kind of just like brushing off with this character, how ridiculously connected he is for one thing. He's like, "Oh, I needed a girl." And I asked this guy who usually just takes girls because he has something else going on. I just was like, "Hey, can I borrow one of them?" And he's like, "Okay." It's like, oh my God. So he's not only free, free to come and go wherever he wants, but he's pretty much targeted our main character and wants to make his life, his main focal point, seeing how just because the dog was going to eat him and not the other people, he actually steps in. So it's pretty clear what we can expect from him in the future. Just if he keeps putting them to tasks that he himself doesn't believe they're capable of handling, he's going to have to be doing a lot of guarding than he's going to want to. So that's just kind of my whole. Oh, wow, that was dirty. That's just my whole uh, opinion on that and how we've seen what we've seen so far. Because I don't know. I feel like a lot of things could change, but at the same time, it almost feels as if with how things are, like it's like over now, like that whole event supposedly is over now. One of our guys got his sister back. He's older than her now because she's been in that time space this whole time, and I guess because her eyes were the things needed, he waited the longest to choose her. I don't know. I don't know why she was there so long and no one else was there, and she wasn't being used for some reason. So, regardless of all of that, it was a pretty easy way of just concluding it all, I feel like. But regardless of that, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this episode and the overall show as a whole. If you're watching it or not, whatever the case may be, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments of any videos. It's always fun to talk to you guys. But yeah, overall, I would love, 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 love if they actually make this show like um, top, top like tier, and just keep going because they've already used so many different types of demons and monsters and stuff like that that are pretty powerful nonetheless. But these are humans still at the end of the day, and they can't actually just hand to hand fight them and stuff like that. They have to literally figure out the best course of action at the given moment. And I'm really interested to see if they're gonna go beyond and beyond, like I was saying, like top of the line, looking for even new entities that we've, maybe not in Greek mythology and all that other stuff, but it's people have thought of even crazier stuff than what the world had already thought of or what the world has already given us. So I would love to see where they go with this. So let me know how you guys are feeling about this. I definitely am going to, be keeping my eyes out for anything like crazy that pops off in the show because they just keep throwing stuff in there, and I really enjoy it. Not to mention the girl that he rescues is they didn't even like have a special moment or anything. It was just like, oh yeah, I found you. It's over. Like what the heck? So yeah, with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely will be talking to you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to put out another video today. I think I might just leave it at 2, and then get ready for Friday. Some JoJo. My God, JoJo. Let's get it. So, with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. Shut up, All Might. I'm gonna smash you.